Alright, peace, peace, peace to all of you beautiful celestial beings out there. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I wanted to hop on here real quick and, talk about astrology. And the fact that with a lot of things, right, in life that we do, it's never about what you do, but specifically about how you do it. And it's wonderful, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful, it's great, it's superb that astrology is coming to the forefront, right? It's like everywhere you turn, even on social media, people are talking about astrology. And that is wonderful because astrology is one of those sciences that has withstood the test of time. You know what I'm saying? It's been around virtually since the beginning of, humanity. You know what I'm saying? But that aside, we're not here to talk about astrology's history or anything like that. But it's a very, very powerful tool, you know what I'm saying, that has been used, for example, to erect religions. A lot of people don't know this, but most, if not all, of the religions that we are exposed to, right, that we are aware of, most of those religions are built on the foundation of astrology. As an astrologer, right, who's been practicing the science for the last 7 years and who's helped thousands and thousands, or probably over thousands of people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, more than thousands of people, obviously, who also studies occult science and has been doing extensive research, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the last 7 years, all the books I've read, the courses I've taken, it's like, I'm not just a glorified astrologer who's like, oh yeah, you guys, I'm an astrologer, come get a mini reading from me, or this or the third. But I can actually legitimately help you change and alter your life through the study of astrology and the stars. The reason for that is because I take it beyond astrology. I understand that astrology is a mother science, in the sense that beneath astrology there are all of these other occult sciences that most people don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Esoteric psychology, to give an example, and the branches of alchemy, right, which all fall under astrology: spiritual alchemy, mental alchemy, evolutionary alchemy, natural alchemy, personal alchemy. These are all different forms of alchemy. But a lot of people don't know this. The thing about alchemy is it deals with the 7 planets, because it deals with the 7 metals: gold, silver, copper, mercury, iron, tin, and lead, which are the metals of the 7 planets. Real quick, when it comes to metals, it's important to understand, you know what I'm saying, that like metals are condensed light. The light of the sun, when it condenses into like the earth, it becomes gold, right? Like metals are found underground, right? Pressurized, etc. The moon's light becomes silver. Mercury becomes quicksilver, right? Mercury, and so on and so forth. And so, because, all of this knowledge, this significant, important knowledge, connected to astrology is missing in our modern day scenery where astrology is concerned, a lot of people abuse astrology. They're not using it, but they're abusing it. And let me explain. A lot of people believe, for instance, that the stars dictate their destiny. You know what I'm saying? They'll study their birth charts and they'll be like, sheesh, well, that wasn't written in the stars for me. I guess in this lifetime I'm not meant to experience that. But in reality, it's always of value to understand that all is mental. This is like the first hermetic principle, the law of mentalism, right? It's important to understand the 7 hermetic principles, and it's also very important to understand that hermeticism is very much interlinked with astrology. Hermeticists understand the value and significance of astrology, but simultaneously we also understand the law of mentalism, vibration, correspondence, and this in the 3rd and the 4th. I say all that to say that amongst all things, you know what I'm saying, the mind always triumphs everything. Mind over matter, as the saying goes, you know what I'm saying? And this law this rule is not an exception when it comes to astrology. You know what I'm saying? Even astrology must bend to the law of mentalism. And that's where mental alchemy actually comes into play. When you understand astrology at the level that I do, and then you dive into the alchemies, specifically mental alchemy, you start to learn and you start to realize that your birth chart doesn't actually reveal to you the energies that the planets created for you, but instead it reveals to you the energies you already had with you when you were incarnating into this physical world, right? A lot of people believe that the stars made them who they are, right? Like, oh, I have my sun in this placement or that placement, and so because I was born at this time when this planet was there, I adapted and, received these qualities about myself. But reality is, you existed way before your conception, right? Before your mother and father did the do and conceived you. You were floating around, not in your father's balls, but in space, you know what I'm saying? In the astral plane specifically. And you had a personality, a characteristic, and this and the third. And the fact that we exist beyond death is revealed in the fact that through many modalities and methods, you can actually contact people that have passed, you know what I'm saying? And you can communicate with them. You can recognize them, you know what I'm saying? They have that personality, that energy about them, you know what I'm saying, that they had with them when they were in the physical. The only difference is they're no longer physical. They're now metaphysical, we'll say, for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying? But the fact remains that your personality remains intact after death, meaning that you had a specific personality prior to birth, because every single, like, birth and death, they are in a sense continual, you know what I'm saying? You're always going to have some form of birth, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be reborn again, if that makes sense. And so I say that to say that it's valuable and important for us to understand that our personalities and our being exists beyond death, you know what I'm saying? And so it's not that every time you are born, randomly your energy is reconstructed according to the alignment of the planets. In reality, you can kind of think of it like the stars align specific ways to create stargates, right? And then that stargate needs a specific, like, configuration or key in order for it to allow access to whomever wants to enter, meaning that the stars align in a certain way, kind of like a lock, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to be compatible with that lock. You have to be like a key to open up and unlock that lock. And so, and another way to explain it, it's like, you can kind of think of it like a stream, you know what I'm saying? And at certain times, according to your energy, you can ride the current, and it's like a downward incarnation into the physical world, you know what I'm saying? But then at other times, if you try to incarnate, because the energies of the environment are oppositive to your energy, it's kind of like you are trying to go upstream, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot difficult for you to incarnate, whereas when the stars align in a certain way that's compatible with you, then you just synchronize, like you just merge into this physical plane. And so astrology just reveals to us what is coming, you know what I'm saying? Certain times, certain cycles, certain events. December, it has not failed for December to bring winter to us, right? Spring typically happens March, April, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like at specific given times, certain things are allowed to happen. And your birth time is merely the day that reveals when the circumstances and conditions of the physical earth were conducive and compatible with you, and thus you were allowed to incarnate. And what you did was you just brought with you your energetic signature. You brought with you every single thing about yourself that was already, you know what I'm saying? What you are currently doing, you've been doing for a while, you know what I'm saying? So when you came into this physical world and you were like you, not, I don't want to use the word given, right? But more so, when you came into this physical world, the corresponding stars above just reflected to your energy, your energetic makeup. So kind of think of it like, and I love also how like Egyptian mythology or Egyptian religion explains it, right? They explain that the gods, which are the planets, are merely governing, you know what I'm saying, the gates of like this material world, and people are only allowed entrance into the physical world by the allowance of like the gods, you know what I'm saying, in the sense that certain souls are not allowed to incarnate at certain times, and then when the time is right, the gods allow them to incarnate. And it's important to understand that the gods, you know, like Ra, Thoth, etc., Isis, etc., the Egyptian gods, right, they were just personifications of the planets, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing a lot of people don't understand, that even angels are when it comes to angelic consciousness, I'm gonna put that to the side, you know, because it's kind of, I can't just say the angels make the archetypes for the planets. The planets don't make the archetypes for the angels. I was about to say something along that line, so I had to pause and correct myself. But yeah, pretty much, that's the first thing to understand, you know what I'm saying, that you aren't random, right? It wasn't just a random occurrence of like the stars aligning a specific way and you coincidentally being born at that time. But in actuality, you were waiting for the stars to align in that way, so then entrance can be allowed rather than denied. That's the first thing to understand. Now knowing this, knowing that the stars and the planets never really dictated your destiny, but your destiny has to do with your soul purpose, you know what I'm saying? In the sense that it is of value to also understand that we all come from source, right? We were all emanated into existence at one point or another, you know what I'm saying? And in our birth into existence, we were also given a unique trait and quality and attribute. What I love about occult science is the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence states, as above, so below, as within, so without. Now, yeah, your soul's emanation into existence corresponds to your physical birth at this time, you know what I'm saying? Your physical human birth. That's what it corresponds to. And so, most definitely, you needed a feminine and a masculine attribute. You needed feminine and masculine energy, right? The masculine or active source is always going to be spirit, God, source, however you may want to call it. The feminine attribute and quality are those beings below God, which are the angels, right? We have 7, because the number 7, the number 7 creates it's a septenary system that's found in nature, right? Where we find things of 7 everywhere. You know what I mean? Systems of 7 everywhere, right? Whether it's like the 7 colors, the 7 musical tones, and then, you know, the other 7s, the other 7s, that if you go out there and look, they are there, you know what I'm saying? The septenary law, the law of 7. And so, just as when your mother and your father can, like, you know, had sex, right? Let's just put it like that. Jesus Christ. And conceived you, you received chromosomes from your mother and chromosomes from your father. It's the same as well with the incarnation of your soul. Within you resides source, spirit, God, however you want to call it, because you came from that. But then what differentiates you from God, source, spirit, which is infinite potential, infinite possibility? You know what I'm saying? When I say infinite potential, infinite possibility, God, I feel like one really great way to explain it is God is the infinite potential which every single thing comes out of, if that makes sense. Infinite intelligence, right? I think is that may be a better way to put it. Infinite intelligence, right? This infinite intelligence is capable of becoming anything and everything, and thus, and being everything and anything, it's really nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just potential, possibility.
How you doing?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah, this is up, this is up.
Filming a video?
Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool. I'll get in your way then.
Nah, you're good, no worries. But what was I saying? Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Being infinite potential and possibilities, it's like all things, and thus, as a result, it's no thing, you know what I'm saying? Now, when one of the vibrations of the archangels mingles, right, with the vibration of with the frequency of infinite potential, they polarize that infinite potential into becoming one thing or another. And so deciphering and understanding your energetic signature is somewhat complicated, you know what I'm saying? There's certain people like myself who are like skilled and equipped in helping you do that, you know what I'm saying? But understanding your energetic signature, it's so important and it's so valuable, you know what I'm saying, that it's like it's one of the dumbest things one of the dumbest things you can do is not know what your energetic signature is, you know what I'm saying? Not know thyself, not know who and what you are. Reason being, once you do understand your energetic signature, life kind of starts to work for you rather than against you, if that makes sense. Because you start to work with life rather than kind of go through life in a confused manner, you know what I'm saying, where you're like not really aware of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? The understanding of your energetic signature changes that, and it helps you understand why and what's going on and why things are the way that they are. But I bring up the whole concept of like, you know, your soul's birth or origin because it's actually from, okay, so earlier I said that, you know, in its conception, it had a guardian angel, or it had a parent, you know what I'm saying? And this guardian angel bestowed upon it, or it's kind of like how we inherit things from our parents, right? The soul inherited certain attributes and qualities that deal with that archangel, you know what I'm saying? And the experiences that the soul goes on to have are correlated to the archangel's role, you know what I'm saying? In the sense that archangels are like oversouls, you know what I'm saying? They govern and they rule over things. And so this being, right, whichever archangel it's under the dominion or guardian of, it also goes through life and has various experiences that correlate and correspond, you know what I'm saying? That correlate and correspond to the energetic signature of that archangel. So it's a mechanism and a means of expanding the universe, of course, and expanding it through archetypal energies, right? Archetypal archangels, archetypal energies. And it's actually this energetic signature that is of importance and of value. You go on to have like this whole pilgrimage, right, where you have various experiences. But it's kind of like this. It's important for us to understand that people who go through, like me for instance, right, I was born in Africa, Chad, but how do I put this? I was born in Africa, Chad, but I came to America, you know what I'm saying? And being exposed to all these different cultures and this and the third kind of altered, you know what I'm saying, and changed my own way of perceiving reality, my own way of talking, right? I used to speak Arabic and French, now I speak English, you know what I'm saying? It alters so many different things, but at the end of the day, even though I'm so different from, you know, we'll say my family back home, there is an aspect and quality of me, about me, I should say, that remains untouched, you know what I'm saying? Untethered, you know what I'm saying? In the sense that when the soul traveled, you know, through the various planes, it started to alter and change its attitudes, its energy, and its personality. But regardless, there's still this one aspect and energy within it that can help us understand its true origin and, you know, where it truly came from, if that makes sense. And this energy is what's of importance to understand. But the thing is, your birth chart just reveals to you what you have accumulated as you've been journeying, you know what I'm saying, through the many different planes of existence. And so your birth chart, it helps you understand where you currently are on your spiritual journey, but it's not the end all be all. You can alter and change through transmutation and through the process of alchemy your birth chart. It's important also to understand that your birth chart merely reveals to you your subconscious mind and those thoughts within your subconscious mind, those thought structures, you know, belief systems and things like that, that hold the most weight in your experience, your reality, and life. And so, because these are the belief systems that hold the most weight, right, which your birth chart reveals to you, it's not easy to change them, of course not. Like, these are things that have been ingrained within you through various experiences. Although not easy, it's very much possible, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that you are a relative to the divine, you know. We say a son of God, a daughter of God, the child of God, you know what I'm saying? Understanding this, you should know that you have the ability to tap into tremendous amounts of power and energy, right? Me specifically, like, okay, because of my energetic configuration, I kind of have easier access to all this energy, you know. So then the thing is, I bring up power and energy because you're going to need power and you're going to need energy if you're going to alter your subconscious mind, your birth chart, which in totality alters your destiny and your life. So it does take a lot of energy, but it's something that's very much doable. And I want you to kind of look at it like this. You are already going through life, you know what I'm saying? You're already experiencing things. And so what's the point of allowing things to be random and allowing, like, just life to put you in circumstances and situations that aren't conducive to you, when you can actually start every single day to put an effort to control the things that you can control and alter your reality in a means that is up to you, you know what I'm saying? In the sense that the time is going to pass no matter what you do. So why do nothing when the time is going to pass, you know what I'm saying? Other than that though, that's it, that's all. That's just all I wanted to share. And definitely tap in with me, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot that I can provide and help where coaching is concerned, teaching is concerned, specifically where metaphysical things and expanding one's awareness around the soul, around philosophy. You know, I feel like the best way to put it is this. We are all, to a degree, one way or another, religious. Let me explain. Religion was originally crafted to be a mechanism to help instill morality and ethics within the human race, you know what I'm saying, humanity, people, and this and the third. And then of course it did get corrupted and this and the third because man, you know. But it's important to understand that core understanding that religion is just merely supposed to be a mechanism to help instill ethics and morality into people, you know what I'm saying? And we all have a code of conduct, a code of morality, a code of ethics that we live by, that we go by. And even though, let's say, these codes of conduct and ethics don't have a specific like word, right, that's like, label that's attached to them, like a religion that's attached to it, that is your unique specific religion, you know what I'm saying? The codes and conducts that you live life, codes, conducts, and morals that you live life according to, you know what I'm saying? And so in so many ways, what I do is I help people better perceive reality, you know what I'm saying? Gain better philosophical concepts and understandings on life, what it is, why they're here, what roles they can play, you know, like what they're working with, the mind, body, soul, complex, etc. So yeah, just reach out and we'll have a quick discussion, you know, for free, of course, and I'll share with you what I do, a little bit about our company, you know, and this and the third. And if it works out, we can work together. If not, no worries. All right, peace, you guys. Bye-bye.